You gave her everything. You were loyal, supportive, consistent. You showed up when she needed you, stayed when things got hard, and gave her all the love she said she wanted. You made sacrifices. You were present. You tried. But she still walked away. And now you're left with a painful question echoing in your mind. Why wasn't I enough? Here's the harsh truth. You're asking the wrong question, because it was never just about how much you gave. Women don't stay loyal to men because of effort alone. They don't stay because you showed up, or because you loved hard, or because you did all the right things. They stay because of how they feel in your presence, how they experience themselves around you. Love, for many women, isn't about logic or obligation. It's about emotion, connection, polarity. She's not loyal to what you do. She's loyal to who you are. 1. She's loyal to how she feels about herself, around you. One of the biggest mistakes men make is assuming that love is earned through performance, that if you're nice enough, generous enough, available enough, she'll stay. But love doesn't work like that. A woman's loyalty is not to your resume. It's to her experience of herself when she's around you. If she feels more alive, more feminine, more relaxed, more seen in your presence, she wants to stay. But if your love feels heavy, if it comes from a place of neediness or desperation, she starts to feel pressure, not peace. When your energy comes from insecurity, she feels like she has to manage your emotions. She starts to feel responsible for your happiness, and that responsibility makes her feel unsafe. That's when she pulls away. On the other hand, if you are centered, grounded in your own sense of worth, she doesn't feel pressure. She feels polarity. She feels drawn to your emotional gravity, not repelled by emotional need. That's the first truth. Women stay loyal to how they feel about themselves in your presence, not to how much you do for them. 2. She's loyal to a man on a mission. The second reason she pulled away is this. You made her your mission, and the moment you did, she lost attraction. Why? Because a woman doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to witness your purpose. She wants to feel inspired by the direction you're heading in and the life you're building, with or without her. That's when she feels desire, when she sees you moving with intention, when she knows that you are connected to something greater than her, your vision, your values, your purpose. Too many men abandon their ambitions and center their lives around a woman, thinking that total devotion equals deep love. But what you're really doing is asking her to carry the burden of being your everything. And no woman wants that. She wants to see that you are building something meaningful, something she can be proud of, something she has to rise to meet. That's when she feels magnetized by you, not because you need her, but because you are complete without her, and she's drawn to your completeness. 3. She's loyal to boundaries, not pleasing. Many men confuse kindness with strength. You kept the peace. You avoided conflict. You said yes when you wanted to say no. You tolerated behavior that crossed your lines because you didn't want to lose her. And in doing so, you lost yourself. But here's the reality. Every time you bent your boundaries to keep her, she respected you a little less. Not consciously, subconsciously. Because when you don't protect your own peace, she knows you can't protect hers either. Boundaries aren't about controlling others. They're about respecting yourself. And when a woman sees that you enforce your boundaries calmly, consistently, and without drama, she feels trust. She feels safety. Because she knows you live by principles, not by emotional reactions. That doesn't make you cold. It makes you solid. The man who bends to avoid discomfort might seem nice, but he's unstable. The man who calmly walks away when his peace is threatened, that man is reliable. And in a woman's nervous system, reliability equals desire. 4. She's loyal to masculine energy, not raw emotion. You want it to be open, vulnerable, honest. That's admirable. But vulnerability without groundedness isn't intimacy, it's instability. You made her your emotional center. You confided everything too early. You explained too much. You leaned on her like a therapist, hoping that full disclosure would bring closeness. But what it brought was imbalance. The moment you made her your emotional guide, the polarity flipped, and the attraction began to fade. Masculine energy isn't about being emotionless. It's about clarity, direction, containment. You can feel deeply, but you must learn to hold your emotions, not dump them. A woman doesn't want to be your emotional authority. She wants to feel that you are emotionally aware, but also emotionally sovereign, that you know who you are, that you can handle life, that your soul isn't swayed by every breeze. When she sees you leading yourself through pain with strength and intention, she trusts you. And that trust, that's where love grows. The bottom line, she didn't leave because you didn't give enough. She left because, on some level, she couldn't feel what she needed to feel in your presence. Polarity, purpose, safety, masculinity. Not the performance of it, but the embodiment of it. She is not loyal to the man who sacrificed the most. She is loyal to the man who made her feel the most feminine, the most desired, the most safe, the most alive. And that man, he doesn't chase, he doesn't beg, he doesn't shrink to be chosen. He leads, he builds, he becomes. So stop doing everything for her. Start doing everything for you. Because when you become the man who needs nothing, that's when you receive everything. Not because you demanded it, but because you earned it. Not through performance, but through presence. This is the Stoic path. This is emotional freedom. This is what she's really loyal to.